A new Warzone update just went live, and a lot of your favorite weapons have been nerfed. They completely shifted the meta. H4, NZ, not even in the question anymore. And we're going to talk a lot more about this once we hop into today's top 5 best class setups. Quickly, I'd like to shout out Noti Gang. If you guys are brand new and you would like to see more high kill Warzone gameplays and best class setups, make sure you guys subscribe with notifications turned on. Drop a like on the video. It really does help push the video out and gives us more exposure. Without further ado, let's hop into loadout number 1. We're starting off with Reliable, the M4A1. When Warzone came out 3 years ago, it was meta. And to this day, if you have the right attachments on, you could find so much success using it. So starting off with the first attachment, monolithic suppressor. You get sound suppression, so you're off the radar. Enemies don't know where you're at when you're shooting your weapon. We get damage range, so this thing's actually viable at long range gunfights. For the barrel, I like to rock the stock M16 Grenadier. It gives you the best damage range and bullet velocity. And with this, I'm actually able to win gunfights at long ranges. If you don't have this barrel on, it's going to be rough to say the least. We also get some recoil control, so the weapon's more accurate and easier to control. For the optic, I love to rock the VLK 3 times. You're able to see a lot more clearly at long ranges, and it does lower your recoil, so it's easier to use as well. So I highly recommend using this optic. It's probably the best one on any long range Modern Warfare weapon. For my underbarrel, just to make sure my weapon has literally 0 recoil, we got the recoil stabilization and aiming stability on the Commando foregrip. You do lose a little bit of movement speed, but it's really not that big of a deal. In the long run, you're going to be happy you have this on. And then finally, I have the 60 round magazine, so I'm able to take out multiple enemies without having to reload. And it's perfect. If you're, super accurate, maybe you're a little bit of a slower player and you don't see yourself in so many gunfights, the 50 round may work for you. But I think the 60's overall better. More ammo, just play it safe. And there you have it, man. There's the meta M4A1 build. Again, reliable. You can always go use this and do well. Moving on to loadout number 2. I had to include my personal favorite SMG at the moment, the Armaguerra. So underrated. I don't see people rocking it. Let me show you the attachments you need. So starting off, we have the recoil booster. You get an increase in fire rate, so your weapon shoots quicker, and that leads to a faster time to kill. For the barrel, I like to rock the body 315. This and the 570 are both really good. I recommend experimenting on your own, seeing what you like better. Some of you may not even notice a single difference, but I think the 315 has the edge. So I like to use this. I mean, you get damage, you get bullet velocity, and there's less damage fall off at long range. So you could use this at medium ranges and do incredibly well with it. For the optic, I have the slate reflector. It's the cleanest optic for SMGs. For the stock, I have on the Emerito TA Skeletal. You get a little bit of mobility, but I really like the aim walking movement speed. I can strafe quicker, making it harder for the enemies to their shots on me. They don't even stand a chance, man. So you're landing all these shots and they can't even touch you because you're so quick. You also get some initial firing recoil, so the first few shots you fire are a little bit more accurate, and you get ADS speed, which is great. For my underbarrel, I had on the SG98 Compact, more aim walking movement speed. So this plus that stock, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna think you're cheating because you're moving so quick. For my magazine, I have the 60 round mag, so I can take out multiple enemies without having to reload. Anytime you're in a building, close range gunfights, it can get really messy if there's multiple people. So I wanna take out 2-3 people if I can without having to reload, and the 60 allows me to do so. For my ammunition, I do lengthened. Again, I like to use this at medium ranges as well because it has that less damage fall off, and bullet velocity is going to help me be more successful at that. For my rear grip, I had on fabric. I get ADS speed, sprint to fire speed, so my weapon comes up quicker after sprinting. Basically, you just have a little bit better speed on your weapon, and I think that's the only thing this thing was missing. So fabric really does help it out in that department. And then for my 2 perks, I had on sleight of hand because the reload speed's absolutely atrocious. It's very slow. With sleight of hand, it completely fixes it. It makes it so much quicker. And then perk 2, I have quick sprint speed. You're basically just a lot lighter on your feet. This is my current go-to SMG right now. This and the Marco, hands down, are the only SMGs you want to be using. Moving on to loadout number 3. Now here's what I believe to be the current long-range meta, the KG-M40. It's always been there. It's a little bit on the slower side, but it's really accurate and hits very hard. You can use this on any map and do very, very well with it. So here are the attachments you want to rock. Starting off, we have the MX silencer. sound suppression, we get horizontal and vertical recoil control. So right off the bat, we're just making this thing a laser beam. We also get some damage range, which we're definitely going to need because it is a pea shooter if you're missing some of these attachments. Now for the barrel, you have two options here. You could do the Krosnik 700 or the Residorf 720. Now I personally recommend the 700 Krosnik because as you can see from the stats below, you're a little bit on the slower side and you're losing control with the Residorf. It's already very slow and you need the accuracy. So I think the Krosnik's better because you get that damage range and you get highly accurate and controllable. So little to no recoil. Plus we're making this thing stronger at long ranges, which is perfect. So I think this is the best barrel for it. For the optic, for those of you who like the G16, you're more than welcome to throw it on. I think that the SVT scope is way better. So there's the G16 if you want to use it. And then the SVT is the very last option. You're able to zoom in and see a little bit more clearly. Again, this is your long range weapon. So you want to land those shots no matter where the enemies are at. Now for my stock, I like to run the Krosnik 12V. You get flinch resistance, accuracy, recoil control, aiming stability. Literally, this is what makes your weapon just an absolute beamer. There's no recoil whatsoever. And this is like the last attachment you need for some accuracy. It's unbelievable. For the underbarrel, I mean, underbarrels are also known for having, you know, no recoil as well. So with this, I'm going to be doing the M1941 hand stop. You get vertical and horizontal recoil control. We're just making this thing have literally negative recoil. You're losing on hip fire accuracy. That's okay. We're using that at long ranges. This isn't going to be our hip fire weapon. For my magazine, we have the 60 round drum. More ammo, more power to us, man. We're able to take out multiple enemies without having to reload, which is perfect. For the ammunition type, we got lengthen, more bullet velocity. Again, this is our long range weapon. We're gonna need it. For the rear grip, I decided to change it up a little bit. I could do stippled, hatch, but I actually went with taped. Like I said, the mobility is so bad on this weapon. I need something. So with this, I get movement speed and sprint to fire speed, so my weapon can come up quicker after sprinting. I'm a little bit lighter on my feet, and to ensure just a little bit more stability on my weapon, we got aiming stability as well. So it gives you a little bit of everything, which is nice. For my two perks, I had on acrobatic. Again, I just need a little bit more mobility. With this and the rear grip, I think we're good to go. And then perk 2, I have fully loaded, so I can start with maximum ammo. There is the KG M40 build that I personally use and love. Give it a go for yourselves. Let me know what you guys think of it. Moving on to loadout number 4. This may come as a surprise. We got the CX9. I don't show a lot of the Modern Warfare SMGs, and we need to start somewhere. We're gonna start right here with the CX9. This thing hits hard, it's incredible, and here are the attachments I use on it. Starting off, I have the CX38S barrel. Now with this, you have a muzzle installed into the barrel. So we get the sound suppression and the damage range. That's usually what you get in the muzzle. We're literally saving ourselves in attachment. So you're able to use this at medium and long range gunfights. We get the sound suppression, which is great. Enemies don't know where we're at. And we get recoil control, which makes this thing more accurate. Awesome. Moving on to my second attachment, I have on no stock, the CXFR. The mobility on this thing is absolutely trash. And as you can see by the mobility bar, it flies when you throw this on, which is awesome. We need that. For my underbarrel, I have on Commando foregrip for better recoil control. You can see, man, it just makes this thing way better at range. You get more accuracy. I don't know what more you could ask for. For the magazine, I had the 50 round drum. At default, I think it's like 25. It's really, really bad for whatever reason. So with the 50, you could take out 2 to 3 enemies if you're accurate, which is great. And then finally, for my last and final attachment, hey, I need a throw sleight of hand. The reload speed is super slow on this thing, and we need to speed up that process. And sleight of hand does just that. It's incredibly quick with it. And there you have it. There is the CX9 class. I promise I'm going to show some gameplay with some of the Modern Warfare SMGs. I really need to get to that. Moving on to our last and final loadout. We have the MAC-10. I had to throw this in here because I find it to be one of the easiest Warzone SMGs to use. I think anyone of any skill set can throw this on and do well. So here are the attachments I throw on mine. I got the agency suppressor, sound suppression. We get vertical recoil control to make our weapon more accurate. We can land more shots. And we get bullet velocity and effective damage range, so this thing's actually viable at medium ranges. For the barrel, I have on the Task Force barrel. We get more damage range, more bullet velocity, great. Run that up. As you can see, damage range gets increased. And we get some strafe speed. So here is where we're going to be able to kind of glide across when we're in our gunfights. That's great. My third attachment, I throw on the Raider stock. You get ADS firing move speed. So anytime you're firing your weapon, you're strafing a little bit quicker. Aim walking movement speed and sprint to fire speed, so my weapon can come up quicker after sprinting. As you can see, literally look at how high that mobility bar is, man. It's unbelievable. For the magazine, I like to do the standing 53 round drum. The 53 round fast is cool. I know the reload's a little bit slow, but the ADS is absolutely atrocious. I promise this is not the move. I think the standing 53 round drum it's good. Trust me on that. And then finally, for my last attachment, to fix that slow ADS, I have Serpent Wrap. And man, absolute game changer. I used to rock the Tiger Team Spotlight, but dude, the ADS is so bad. I think Serpent Wrap is the move. And there you have it, man. There is the best MAC 10 class setup to use in Warzone. Try this out for yourselves and let me know what you think of it. Again, anyone of any skill set can use this and do well. And here are the best perks to use in Warzone. So for perk 1, I personally use double time all the time. I just love how quick I feel, but I know quick fix is king. It's the best option. Anytime you're plating, you regenerate your health, and every time you get a kill, your health regenerates instantly. It's the best option. Serpentine used to be the best, but they ended up nerfing this by like 5%, so I think this is kind of like old news now. For perk 2, I have Overkill, so I'm gonna have 2 primary weapons, an AR and an SMG. If you don't care for that, you're more of like just a one-gun guy and a pistol, all good. Run tempered. Instead of plating 3 times, you only gotta do it twice. So you're saving time, and honestly, it'll probably save your life. And then for perk 3, I have on amp so I could swap between my 2 primary weapons just very quickly. If you don't care for that, again, Combat Scout's honestly the best option. You could just see a lot better. Anytime you get 1 hit marker, you could probably just wall bang and get a free kill. It's unbelievable. And then for the lethal, I have a throwing knife so I can finish my down kills. I don't need to shoot the enemies. I can just kind of finish them, save my ammo. And then the tactical, if you're not rocking stim, you're doing it wrong. It's super good to get out of sticky situations, and it keeps you alive damn near all the time when you use it. So there you have it, man. Let me know in the comments what weapons did I miss out in this top 5, and I'll make sure to include it in my next one, and I'll have some gameplay as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, subscribe if you guys are brand new. If you watch to the end, I mean, you obviously enjoyed the content. Drop a like, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's upload. You guys all stay safe. Have a great day, and I'm out. Peace.